All right, so welcome to Holland Hobbs, episode 16.
16.
I think this is our first real, maybe official episode of 2026.
I feel like the last one
It's
was
in our, well,
official.
this is like in the new digs, I guess. It's our new setting, the new
Yes.
scenario. Maybe the new permanent space, I guess.
Yeah. I had to buy chairs just for this. So,
You invested. I know you invested in this.
yeah, I'm never mad about a new, like, something to decorate with. So, it worked out fine. Even if you hated it here, I would still use these chairs somewhere. So, we can see what's going on out in the neighborhood.
We do.
Like,
You got people walking by.
there's people walking by. If, like, any drama goes down or anything, we have, like, a bird's eye view.
I will say it's kind of funny. Is people walking outside today, and everybody last night was panicking, going to Walmart and buying up everything.
So I did my Walmart grocery order, like, what's today? Thursday. I went and picked it up, I think, Tuesday morning, and it was fine. Like, it came right out. Nothing was out of stock or anything, which that's a miracle in itself. But then, like, by Tuesday night, someone was telling me how they were at Walmart, and it was just like madness. It was crazy. Like, a lot of stuff was gone. And then now they're kind of dialing back the forecast or whatever a little bit. And I went by there this morning to grab a couple things after I dropped Ruby off at school. Dead. All the shelves are like restocked. Well, from where I was, but
Yeah.
everything's nice and stocked. And like,
I went last night. It's like I went to go buy dinner and to find something to cook.
yeah.
All the ground beef was gone. Most of the chicken was gone. And then I had to, I've been wanting to make a protein ice cream. And I was like, let me do this. I ordered some new protein. Let me finally make my ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And the recipe that I saw said to use some Fairlife. I never buy Fairlife. It's like the good milk. Even that was gone.
That was like the good. That's the milk though. There was a scandal a few years ago where the life was not fair for the cows. Apparently, there was like some drama going on. Yeah, it was. I'll never. I'm like, what? There's like tiers of milk. Okay.
Interesting.
Anyway, yeah, I've never really understood like when people panic buy why their selections are what they are. Like, personally, I'm like Pop-Tarts, beef jerky, wine, like,
that's the essential.
Yeah, because if your power goes out, I mean, what are you gonna do with that ground beef? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they even bought the lean ground beef. It's like, y'all don't eat 93.7. Why y'all buying the the lean stuff? Y'all buying the thick beef too. I mean, all of it was gone. I was like, this is ridiculous.
I don't know. Like, it's almost like, well, I guess if you have one of those Blackstone grills, you could still do that, right? I mean, it's like I'm sure it's...
Yeah, you got some propane.
So maybe they're having smash burgers or something out in the snow. I don't know. I just never understood, like, why the bread and milk.
Well, you buy up all the milk, but then the cereal aisle is always stocked. Or they buy the bread and the lunch.
Yeah, and see, I'm not really drinking milk unless I have cereal to go with it.
I'm not drinking milk either.
But I'm not eating cereal because I love cereal, and if cereal's around, I will just eat it. And so my answer for my cereal addiction is to not keep cereal and not keep milk. And then I'm not, I have no worries about if I'm gonna, like, at 8:30 at night fix a giant bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
And see, oddly enough, I started following my macros. I've been tracking. I've been weighing my food out. And I did a bowl of cereal one day. And I saw
it'll just break your heart.
I saw how much one serving of cereal was.
It will.
I was like, I eat like 4 servings in one bowl.
I mean, there's no food really that I'm just like gonna keep eating.
Yeah.
And so, but cereal is one where if I did have it, I mean, I'm gonna have at least 2 good bowls.
It's so satisfying.
So good. It's so good.
And not only just the cereal you eat, the milk.
I was just about to say, and then like Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the most delightful version of milk you will ever drink. It's like the coziest, like happiest milk is Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk. And I will die on that hill.
Well, I think 2026, get back in our normal swing and routine of things.
Mm-hmm.
We did have somebody tell us that we got to get back to politics.
I know, they said,
give the people
what they want. I'm like, but do the people want that? I don't know.
I told you that. I've told you that people like they chime in on your political takes, your sport takes. I mean,
So
you get the people
I
going.
had a political science professor when I was in college tell me that to politics is relevant, just politics is relevant. So politics is, and once and I mean, that seems like a, well, duh, but when you think about it on any, and so you put that on any topic, like what I find to be, duh, common sense, this other person might think that's just the craziest thing they've ever heard. And that's fair because it's kind of going to be in like respect to your way of life, your economic status, where you live, other different factors. But I think what has just got me reeling these days is that it doesn't even feel that way anymore. Like it's relevant to, well, I feel this way because I'm from the South or because I go to church or whatever. It's more like, well, I feel this way because I'm a human that cares about other people. And that feels like a goal that would unite us all, but it's not. And that's really worrying, I think.
It's kind of like how college football was, where it used to be very regional, and now it's becoming like NIL, where everything is spread out and you can just clump together.
It's true, but even if we're realistic, football does not really matter in the grand scheme of
No.
life. Like, I mean, do I like to see my team win? Sure. Have I not seen my team win since, I don't know, a long time ago? Yes. Do I still like football? It's okay. Like, I like it. It's just like, I don't know, the NIL's kind of killed a lot of what I feel like a lot of us loved about college football. But in the grand scheme of life, I wake up tomorrow and whether this team won or lose or whatever, it doesn't affect my life or matter. But the politics thing has become so spilled over to every aspect of life that it just, if you don't care or you're not keeping up with it, or you just think that what we say is wrong and terrible and we're idiots and we're uneducated and all the other things we've been called, like, I really truly worry about like your humanity and just humanity in general.
Well, I told you kind of what I want to talk to you about today, and I think humanity is a big one that's missing out of a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
and especially like last night when I was, of course, on social media, and I even posted about it this morning. Seeing the uptick in ICE and the increased enforcement, all the stories that keep coming out, especially in Minnesota right now, and then just the impact on what it's going to have on not only these families, the people in these communities, but also children.
Mm-hmm.
Like last night and today, we're getting word, the news, when they took basically abducted that 5-year-old.
Right.
Took a 5-year-old and essentially held him
I mean,
hostage.
he's got like a little, if you've seen the pictures, he's got like a little owl, like, or
Someone
some
posted
sort of little
on my Facebook. They
crocheted
said all
hat.
his hat because it had a little almost a little crying tear face on it, kind of deal.
Well,
Like the
it's
eyes
just,
is watery.
it's just like your typical adorable child that
He's
you
a
see out in the
preschooler.
snow
A
that's like
preschooler.
bundled up and he just, yeah.
And then you see the image of this white ICE agent with a mask on, sitting there holding him. It's like, how do you put those images together? How do you see that image and like you're okay with it? Like that's what I don't understand with
Even
people.
these are even like I would consider war crimes because, you know, we'll take the Middle East, for example, because we've been at war with them since 9/11, basically, in some form or fashion. And, even like, I have had family that served in the military over there, and like I've had friends and stuff. And one thing that I feel like they all had in common was that like they all got along so well with the normal civilians there, like the ones that weren't the extremists. And you can see them like playing soccer with kids out, like the military or our U.S. military out there playing soccer with
Yeah.
kids and showing them stuff and just it's like, hey, we're at war and this is unfortunate, but like we still care about you as humans, your children, women, your innocent people. Um, our beef is not with you, but we can't even give that to our American, and I'm going to say citizens because, if for those that are still saying, well, he's just trying to get all the dangerous illegals off the street and blah, blah, blah. Listen, a lot of these people are U.S. citizens. Like, not even, and even if let's say they are undocumented, then don't they still deserve human decency? I mean, we still have, even ICE has laws, they just don't go by them anymore. And if there are dangerous criminals, then I would think you would already kind of be scoping out where they are and have a true warrant for their arrest. And then instead of trying them here, you would deport them back to where they came from and let them deal with them. But this whole line about all these people being dangerous criminals is just that. It's a lie. It's
all a lie.
It's all a lie.
Someone said it so simple. ICE looks lazy as hell because they're going into jobs, they're going into schools, they're going into people who are actually contributing to society. Like,
I read the other day, a bunch of them ate at a Mexican restaurant, and a couple hours later went back and got most of the people at the restaurant.
That's like some Nazi type.
I'm like, listen,
that's like some Nazi behavior.
Those people had a perfect opportunity to just throw a little something in that food. All of them. I don't know, rat poison. I don't know.
Because I mean, when they walked in,
Nightshade.
They knew who they were when they walked into their Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
and they still served them and still treated them, and then look how it was repaid.
I'm saying I would have been like getting something out of the back of the kitchen, like sprinkle a little something, something, a little something, something. Like, okay, have we seen Goodbye Earl? I mean, have we heard that song? Like,
if things keep going,
are y'all listening, Minnesota?
If things keep going as it's going, I mean, how do you? It's going to end up to a place where things are going to get bad. And I'm not saying that the president don't want it to, because to me, he seems to want to have the violence pick up. He wants there to be riots and stuff so that he can say, "Look,
invoke
the Insurrection Act. Look what they're doing." Yeah. He wants reason to send in the Army paratroopers. That's all this is. It's built on fear. He wants his supporters to be fearful of these people, so then he can then stoke more fear and say, "I need more control to control these people."
I read something about that in history one time, where there was a guy that was doing that in his country too, and they rounded up all the Jews and a lot of other people too. Do you remember what I'm talking
about? Yeah, it's a guy that rings a bell.
What's his name?
He had a known for his mustache.
Hitler.
And I keep telling people, like, this is what we are being reminded of. Because then I like even that border patrol dude who's heading whatever his name is. He's wearing these long leather coats now. He's looking like an SS officer walking these streets. It's like, how are y'all? Well,
they're using like the slogans and stuff.
The government propaganda is just literally
on the Department of Homeland Security's posts and website and like the podium when they speak. They're literally using the Nazi propaganda slogans. And I'm like, has nobody read a book? Did everyone fall asleep in history? I mean,
so here's the biggest thing to me with this undocumented immigrant thing. 2022, it says 10.9 million undocumented immigrants paid 96.7 billion in taxes. 96 billion in taxes from undocumented immigrants. 2023, they paid 89.8 billion in undocumented immigrants paid 89.8 billion. So you can't say they're not working. You can't say they're not contributing to taxes. I mean, and then another stat that they have, they said they held in 2023, they held 299 billion in spending power. So if you was to remove every single illegal immigrant away, you're taking away $300 billion from the American economy. How does that help?
It doesn't. And what we're doing right now, we're spending so much money to pay these fools. like they're supposed to vote this week or something again on increasing the spending again for ICE.
Another stat that they paid into 167 billion in rent. So they're putting money into whose pockets?
Well,
Citizens.
you know, working in construction, I've worked with a lot of Hispanic people, and you know, some here illegally, most not. Some might have came here illegally in the first place, but have since done what they've needed to do to become legal. Which, by the way, if you haven't researched that, it's stupid ridiculous. It's very expensive. And I'm not even talking about the little test they make you take at the end that most of y'all couldn't pass
We
if
know
your life depended
we
on
know
it.
civics fail a lot of people.
Civic, yeah, that's not y'all strong suit. I'm just kidding. Some of y'all are brilliant and we love you. But you know, they don't even mind to do that test because they genuinely want to be here so bad. They're good to like study that. I helped one of my friends when I worked in construction to study for his test some, like, and just, you know, the fact that he was like, okay, what about this one? What was that one I got? You know, like, and we were like legit studying for it. And he cared and it was really important to him. But he was contributing to society the whole entire time. And they do pay taxes, most of them. Like,
Because ICE is now asking for our tax records to go get
mhm.
people. So you're asking for tax records to go detain people, then you pay taxes.
But there used to be this method of, and this was years ago when someone told me about this, where they kind of like pay taxes. They do pay taxes, but they're not really documented on their end. Like that, you know, we can go pull up last year's tax stuff and present it to somebody if needed. But like what these people were essentially paying was like hush money. But
They pay into it, but don't get nothing
they're
back.
exactly, and there's no paper trail on their end. So can you imagine if you're paying taxes and you get nothing in return, nothing to show for it other than like, all right, well, you get to stay another year, and now this,
Mm-hmm.
and you just kind of have to take somebody's word for it because the process to become a citizen is so expensive that like you either have to work towards it for a while because you have to save up for it, or some never get that. And I just feel like the people who have an opinion that, you know, oh, he's trying to, they're not paying taxes, they're taking our jobs. Propaganda. It's all
Yeah, it
propaganda.
said on because this says here I'm looking at it says on a state and local level, undocumented immigrants contribute 37.3 billion in taxes,
Mm-hmm.
and in 40 of 50 states they pay a higher effective state local tax rate than the top 1% of households.
There you have it. So what else you got as far as your
They're
excuses for
paying their
this?
share. I mean,
What about the old man? Did you see the old man in Minnesota that was taken out of his
in his
house in the
underwear.
snow in his underwear, and he was a legal citizen? Like,
And then but then the comments like they don't is like but they returned them. Like that's not the point. It's like if someone broke into your house while you in your drawers and then drug you out.
and I guess they just changed their policy too. I'm not sure how this is legal, but where they don't even have to have a warrant or anything.
No, that was actually a memo from 2025 that came out. So a whistleblower leaked a memo
Mm-hmm.
from May. Yeah, it was May 2025. So this has always been circulating on ICE. Now that they've picked up their efforts, now they're just enforcing what they were already told that they could do.
How is that legal?
It's not. They're basically going around judges. All these like so I say all these 2A people and don't tread on me people. Like this is what they were living their whole life for. The government overreach, government walking
Speaking
busting into your
of,
house.
I don't remember if this was on our to talk about list, but funny that you bring up the Second Amendment, folks, because there's a group out right now. Actually, they've been like maybe they never went away, or they've kind of just been resurrected a little bit, but they're very much protesting their Second Amendment rights right
I saw
now,
that. I know you're talking about.
and they're not wrong. It's gonna really upset some of y'all, but the Black Panthers have been amping up their presence, and they're armed also, because doesn't the Second Amendment apply to all of us? But what's happening right now is exactly what, I mean, I've heard of people that are like stockpiling supplies and ammunition and guns for if the government ever tries to overstep. Where y'all at? You're literally being treaded on.
They're now in favor of government overreach and big government and
You're
government
literally
control.
being treaded on.
It's crazy to me how that's flipped so hard, because one man wanted it, one man convinced them that all these people were bad.
What is it? Somebody said that like the snake on there, the tongue from the snake, we now realize it's a bootlicking tongue or something.
I don't get it. This is one of these things now. It's like, if you claim you're Christian, you believe in all this stuff. It's like, what part of you see this in Jesus?
We've already established those people are, they're not speaking for Jesus. Like, I hate to break it to you, but you're going to get up there and he's going to be like, I did not know you. He says it in the Bible, so maybe you should read that part and then reconsider the vibe that you're going for.
Because going back to the money part, you remove $300 billion in spending in the country. Where those jobs go that produces the things that are required to be able to buy 300 billion, they go away. It's like supply and demand. If we no longer need to make the supply for this $300 billion in spending that's necessary, the demand drops. I mean, people's jobs go away.
Well, and there's two fields of work that the Hispanic people, and I say Hispanic because that's probably the majority of what our undocumented. Again, I'm not saying all Hispanics are undocumented, but most of the undocumented people here are going to be Hispanic. So there's two fields that they really would impact, and that's going to be construction and agriculture. You know, you lose that money if you send them all back, but then who's doing those jobs also? And that's two very important fields of
I keep
work.
saying, oh, the more jobs for Americans. It's not enough jobs for Americans. Americans don't want those jobs to begin with. Like, I'll be honest, like, they're not working those. Like, Alabama tried that. I don't know if you remember, Alabama had a very strict immigration policy back maybe like 2010. It was somewhere around that, and a bunch of immigrants left. They left the farms, and what happened then? The farmers tried to use inmates to do the same work.
I remember that.
And the
Yeah.
farmers, Alabama reversed it because the farmers were like, this is not working. The production was not the same. You got inmates getting paid cents. So of course, they ain't gonna do the same labor these immigrants were doing in the fields. And Alabama ended up reversing course on that immigration policy. But here we go. Here we are back again.
And I hate to be stereotyping, but I mean, if you're like, I really doubt inmates are going to be like your hardest working folks out there.
Yeah, because it's slave labor.
Well, besides, if they were super driven and hardworking, they probably wouldn't ended up in prison.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same, and it wasn't. I remember a whole bunch of articles came out of Alabama reverse course.
I do remember that now that you bring it up. I had forgotten. I have. Here's one thing that I've really thought a lot about. You know, they're like going door to door and demanding people, and even in the streets, demanding people show their paper, their proof of citizenship. What do they want us to show? I mean, undocumented people can have a driver's license. I mean, I don't have my birth certificate in my glove compartment. They tell us not to, on the Social Security card on the back, it says, don't carry this around with you. What do you want? What is that? There's never been a time where we are forced to just show our proof of citizenship walking around.
Now, what I've started seeing is parents of like white parents, or maybe, of other ethnicities are illegal, but their kids might be more darker. They've been getting them government IDs, like kids under 15, so that they can have a government ID to carry around with them. Kids who maybe are white, but they don't look white, parents in these some of these cities are now getting them IDs to carry around.
But that whole don't look white, that's insane.
Yep.
That is so insane.
That's
I mean, we are literally called the melting pot for a reason. Like, I mean, you've got people that were born and raised right here in the South that somewhere down the line had a Native American somebody or a Hispanic somebody or a black somebody or so. I mean, how can you really just look at a person?
But and I want to end on this. Well, with this one thing, for me as a black person, because I had someone on my Facebook tell me your kids be fine. They don't look illegal. I'm like, what looks illegal and what does someone look like and what someone don't look like?
Exactly. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like ICE is not going around and determining whether you're legal or not. They're just racially profiling and they're grabbing people off the streets. My son is half white, half black. He has a cousin that's half white, half Mexican. They look like cousins. It's like if they
Yeah.
stood side by side, and I told you, and you didn't know, you would know what either one of them were because they look alike. They look identical. They don't look identical. They look like they're related, but one's Mexican and one is black. So you mean tell me these masked white men coming around here to grab up people? They're gonna look at my son and take the time, and be like,
Well, if
"What?
we're
What
so,
are you?"
I mean, I could pass for like some sort of until I speak, obviously European. So, but we're not. Are we not concerned about if the people
No.
from Europe are here illegally? Have we ever? Has anybody ever wondered that? Like, there's people from like Brazil with blonde hair and white skin, maybe not as pale as me, but still
It's racial. It's racially
olive-y.
profiling.
But we're not worried about Brazil. We're worried about certain countries and why. Like why? Why?
And then as someone black right now in Minnesota, what the police chief said, he came out and said in one encounter, a police officer was boxed in by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents who demanded her paperwork. They had their guns drawn on her. He said they knocked the phone out the officers. They knocked her phone out of her hand when she tried to record the interaction. So when police ain't even safe from the police,
Because she wasn't. She was in plain clothes, right?
I don't know what she was in.
I read that she was in plain clothes, so I don't know if they knew.
But again,
Either way,
police ain't even safe from police.
no one is safe. These aren't police though.
They're
Like
not
ICE
police.
is not
I say that
police.
because that's what the do not comply people say.
Well, for the minute that I was on Facebook at the beginning of the year, and then everyone's like, again, all those people that find you on Facebook that just live to troll you. Um, there were so many people justifying like why Renee Good was shot. Like seemingly normal people that you would think would have some ounce of common sense to be like, okay, worst case scenario, she was standing in the way of justice and then like she was arrested, but like she literally lost her life and like people are justifying that. But there's none of us are safe at this point. I mean, if a white woman is going to be shot and killed for trying to help and protect her community, they said she was resisting arrest or something from a federal law enforcement officer. But like, ICE are not actual like not arresting law enforcement. Like their one and only
They have a
job
specific role.
is to arrest or detain undocumented people. But even detaining them there's a protocol for that.
If I saw me robbing a bank, they couldn't do anything. They would need to call the police on me.
I mean, they might could like maybe apprehend you and hold you for a minute until the police get there. I don't know.
No, they can't even do that. They
No.
they have a
I
very
mean,
defined role.
Did you not watch Andy Griffith's show? Like the whole citizens arrest thing?
You see, they're not considered citizen arrest because they're ICE. They'll be acting outside their jurisdiction, I guess, or whatever it would be perceived as.
I don't know if that's real or not. That's just something I think about a lot. Is when Barney Fife was like talking about citizens arrest.
But I would say these people can pay six figures, $50,000 signing bonus to go grab up 5-year-olds. They can pay 6 figures to go get kids, and that same school district said at least 4 of their kids have now been taken by ICE. So y'all paying these dudes six
And they're
figures.
using them to bait the parents. So they're not like keeping the kids per se, but they're using them to bait the parents out. Which either way, it's called kidnapping. Like it's not legal at all.
But even like all these people want to talk about money, money, money. It's like y'all giving almost $30 billion to ICE. ICE is now got the payroll of like a top 20 military in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But they complain immigrants are taking money. And it's not even that. It's like you give ICE almost 30 billion. We give Israel about 4 to 5 billion a year. It's like y'all don't really care about money. Y'all don't care. You care about
It's
specifically if it goes to where you care about it at. Like
it's not real
it's like
anyway.
the people who be like, oh my tax dollars. To me, I hate that.
That's so cute.
I
I
do.
love
I
that.
hate that so much.
You know what? Nobody asked me what I want to use my tax dollars
Like
for.
I don't know. I just find that one of the dumbest arguments to me. But I've been telling people for a long time now. I've been saying this stuff with ICE and Trump is Star Wars. I'm telling you.
You're
Like,
right.
listen, people.
It
When I
is.
said it at the very beginning, I said it at the very beginning when he went to California, and I equated it to you didn't watch it, but Andor when they went to
Yeah, I didn't
when
watch
they
that.
went
I'm
to
sorry.
Gorman, I equated California to Gorman. I was wrong. Minnesota is Gorman, 100%. People who watch Andor is going to know that Minnesota is definitely Gorman right now.
I'll watch it eventually.
But listen, so follow me now. You look at Trump, look at Palpatine. How did Palpatine get power? He essentially had a separatist army. He then blamed the separatists, say, hey, they're our enemy, they're our villain. He blamed the Jedi, said the Jedi was the cause of it, united the people around one group.
Mm-hmm.
And then he formed an army of the clone. I need these clone troopers to go fight these separatists. These clone troopers are ICE. He said, I need these troopers to go fight this separatist war. And then he painted it all in the Jedi. And then he slowly just consolidated all the power. He had his army. He casted the Jedi as the enemy. He took over the Republic. That was essentially that's what we're going through right
I
now.
mean, you're not wrong, but it's crazy. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of parallels with that, but there's a lot of parallels with a lot of dystopian literature that it's like every dystopian thing you've ever read piled up into one.
Mhm.
That's what we're living in right now.
But even like you look at like Star Wars,
We have a visitor.
especially when you get
Come
into
here,
like the
Daddy.
shows of Star Wars, you see all the propaganda, how they spun it, and it's the same thing with the propaganda.
Come here. Do you want to be on the podcast? Come
See, and that's why I
here.
always
Sorry.
say cats are you don't I don't like cats. Cats don't
That's
need
our
you.
special
You know,
guest.
cats only come to you when they want to come to you.
Don't listen to him. Come here.
Cats do not need you at all.
Can you meet everybody? Say hello, I'm Bailey.
And now she's about to leave.
No, she'll come back. She's just a little nervous.
Cats just don't need you.
She needs me. You don't know her. She's about to lay down right here and want me to rub her belly.
But even like you look at when I pulled up the Galactic Empire on Wikipedia, it says it's an impressive dictatorship with complicated bureaucracy. The Galactic Empire seeks to rule and social control of every planet and civilization with the galaxy, based on nationalism, state terrorism, power projection, and threat of lethal force. That reminds
Yeah.
you of
It's literally us. I feel like Trump wasn't
us
even.
threatening Greenland, Venezuela, we threatening Cuba, the world. It's like this is the Galactic Empire for me.
I don't think Trump's even ever read a book, much less watched the whole series of Star
He's
Wars.
definitely, oh
Though
yeah, I would say he's never watched Star Wars this day in his life.
has or
Has
hasn't?
not.
Oh no, he just does. I mean, Star Wars has got a good bit of depth to it that a lot of people don't even want to give it a chance because it's not their like cup of tea. Oh, Bailey. But go on.
But then, like, you even look up like Sidious. It says that he was modeled after Caesar, Napoleon. He says his traits of politics was cunning and manipulation.
Yeah, that was really the story. It models it because like dictators are a tale as old as time. Like Trump's not the first dictator we've seen, maybe the first in a while, but they're all the same. They all have the same playbook.
Uh, Machiavellian villain, what they call him.
Mhm. Yeah.
Same thing.
I read that book in college. The
Othello.
no, the one about the Machiavelli, like the original
The
book.
Prince.
Yes, the Prince. Mhm. Couldn't think of
Yep.
what it's called.
They say they're cunning and deceptive, lack of morality, masterful manipulators. But then it say some of their motivations be jealousy and desire for revenge.
Lord. I saw where Melania has like a movie out at theaters that nobody's going to see. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, it's like a documentary or
Mm.
something. She hasn't left yet. She's like, love me.
But yeah, like I said, I've been telling people we're literally living through Star Wars. I just feel like I see so much in it.
Yeah, it is
Ice
disturbing.
is his little stormtroopers now, just running around asking for ID, stopping Luke and Obi, asking who they are. Yeah, even when Obi hit him with the we're not the ones you're looking for.
Oh yeah,
Just
it's definitely disturbing. I'll give you that. I mean, it just seems like anybody that's ever read a book or anything would be also disturbed.
but even like his and I think too, like someone Ice being stormtroopers, he's definitely building a loyal army. Remember when he first started, he wanted generals and admirals who going to be loyal to him.
Hmm.
This is definitely
Yeah, because everyone that's not is quitting,
resigning, or they're kicking
resigning.
out because that one female admiral who they booted out, she's now going to be running for Senate. So people who they don't deem to be loyal to Trump, they're getting rid of. Why would you do that unless you want to frame the military to be your own personal military? And
Yeah,
ICE is your own little special little just SS officers running around.
yeah. I saw something. You might have sent me this, or in our little group text thing we have going. I don't remember, but basically it was somebody from Greenland um, saying that a lot of Americans had reached out
Mm.
or saying that like we're sorry, this is not who we are, blah blah blah. And it was pretty powerful because I said the same thing. Like I'm like, somebody had or you had commented on something, I don't remember, on Facebook that you showed us, and I was like, let them know we're sorry, this does not represent us. And but this person said it's not really enough to say this doesn't represent us. Like, you still live in a democracy and in a country where if you don't like what's happening, you can
Mm-hmm.
vote. And it was like, so if you really care about the rest of the world and you don't support this administration and what Trump's doing, then the way that you can show us that you care and this is not who you are is to vote these people out. And obviously we can't vote Trump out yet, but midterm elections, like, he's like, if I'm not mistaken, don't you have some midterm elections coming up? Go show us that this is not who you are,
See, you
America.
know what? Now to go back to the Star Wars, to midterms, that's when his Order 66 is going to come. It's going to be an Insurrection Act. That's his version of Order 66.
They've been saying that, but
I
ooh,
feel like because listen, the thing, he says things repeatedly. Because people play it off like he ain't serious. He's just saying it in jets. He just trolling the libs. And then when he do it, it's like he said it so many times that we've now accepted as normal.
mm-hmm,
But he says crazy stuff all the time, but he just repeat it over and over and over until
right.
it becomes normalized and you just start ignoring it. And then when it truly happens, you overlook it. But I really do believe he's going to invoke it. But I think that they're waiting on the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, he keeps saying like we shouldn't even have midterm elections with the state that this country's in, and it would be
He keeps
crazy to
saying
have
it.
it.
No
Mm-hmm.
one says things over and over if they don't
Mm-hmm.
truly think it or don't truly mean it. He's saying it for a reason.
We need somebody to invoke the 25th Amendment. That's that's what I don't understand, how that hasn't happened yet.
I think slowly and slowly, which I don't know when, but I do feel like Republicans are going to start to turn. I don't think Marjorie will be the last. I think what you're gonna need is Republican more in the Senate because some of them did vote against on that War Powers Act,
Yeah.
and apparently Trump was pissed off at a few. He called them, cussing them out in the middle of the night. One of them was a female senator that he called apparently like berating on the phone. And I think slowly, more Republicans are going to start to turn, and that's what you're going to have when they start turning their back on them.
Yeah. I don't know. I need y'all to pick up the pace. Turn a little quicker.
Something got to happen. Because even like I said, I told somebody talking on Facebook, I'm like, do you not think it's not intentional that all this ice pressure is in blue states? Now apparently,
Oh yeah, Maine's next.
Maine is next.
And if you recall, I believe it was
The
their
governor spoke out
that
in the
was
governor's meeting. Yes.
one of the first people to
Yes.
speak out against Trump earlier last year. And he told her then, like, I will make you pay for this.
He's going into Maine. Maine is where all the undocumented immigrants are.
He talked about back then how about cutting funding and
Yep.
things, but like, can you really do that? I don't know. But what he can do, and he's just like a little petty elementary school playground bully. Like, he's not even good at being a bully, really, because it's just so ridiculous. It's laughable, but they're letting him do it. And like, I don't know. I think of Maine. Is there really like that many people in Maine? And I feel like it's such a peaceful
Every time I see
place.
Maine, I see the palm trees.
And lobster.
Lobster rolls.
Lobsters. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Maybe we're about to see who Maine really is. Because I feel like a lot of people didn't know very much about Portland, Oregon, and then we saw how they responded to ICE. And then Minnesota, we know those folks not playing around. I mean, we remember George Floyd, and I think they really underestimated these people's ability to act a fool, even in the snow and ice and the cold conditions. And they're starting to back out of there because the people are their ICE people are complaining at this point, like, this is awful. So they're going to Maine, like where there's like a lot of lobster. I don't know.
Not pivot, but get off going to nowhere. Indiana, you watched the game.
I did watch the game.
People are now saying Indiana's gonna be the next dynasty. And I don't think that's possible in football anymore.
Nah.
I guess they're saying because how they did it. They did it with no 4 and 5 stars. They did it with a bunch of threes.
Yeah, I mean, but I kind of think, well, first of all,
The game was closer than what I thought it was going to be. Miami put up a fight.
Yeah, they did. I thought it was a really good game because a lot of times I feel like the national championship game just ends up being a beatdown. Just I think that every now and then a player comes along that kind of flew under the radar that just is a standout player, and that quarterback was that. Like, and
you sound like how nice he is. He's always smiling.
he kind of gets on my nerves a little bit.
Angry.
Hot take. He just reminds me of like
he's so nice.
The cheesiest.
So nice.
Like when they beat Alabama, I think it was. We watched his interview, and I was like, he's just really annoying. Like, there's not a cool bone in his body. He's just like, yeah. That's not my favorite personality in sports. I don't. That's not. I like an all-American, wholesome, like someone the kids can look up to, but like.
That's my feeling. It nothing gets him as a player.
I mean, he's from like straight off Howdy Doody or something.
Like, I wonder how that transitions to the pro game. Like, you all there happy in the huddle. It's like, hey man.
He sort of gives Tim Tebow vibes, but Tim Tebow is more cool. Played it cooler than that.
He's more of a serious guy.
But I think you can, because I think when you go to the NFL that it's such a Like it's just your job, and a part of the NFL is like different personalities. And look at Philip Rivers, who just made a comeback
He never
and
cussed or anything,
never cussed. They
but he was
showed like
always
all the
aggressive and
clips.
serious though. He was like a competitor. Like when those he just cheese
He
he just
was,
cheesing all the
but
time.
I mean, but just because somebody's cheesing all the time on camera doesn't mean they're not talking smack out there. Because I will never forget the time that somebody was telling me, I don't know if this was in high school or college, but
Yeah.
Richard, we were good friends, and somebody said something about much smack he talked out on the basketball court, and I was like, really, Richard does that? And I was like, he's just so nice. And then like I asked him about it, and he's like, well, of course I do. Like, what else are you going to do out there on the basket? I'm like, oh man, I guess that makes sense, but you're just so nice. And he's like, I am not. I'm still nice, but I got to get out there and get the job done. And part of that's talking smack. So I'm sure, surely even he's out there like talking a little bit of smack.
And well, I was like,
I mean, he's probably like, hey, buddy, your mom's ugly.
it was funny seeing Signetti. It was the complete opposite. It was funny seeing Signetti finally smile, crack at the end of the game.
I
He's
know.
always
And that's
so
like the
stoic
other
and serious.
extreme. Like, okay,
Like
buddy.
they're
it's
both
not.
like on both sides of the spectrum.
I don't like him either. Like, I think they're both obnoxious in different ways.
Now they did say
But I did want them to win
I wanted
because
Miami to win.
I felt like it was really cool watching what Indiana did this year. And if they didn't finish out that way, then it was all for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the end of a movie. You can't have like the underdog team that did great. They don't lose at the end of the game. That's not a good movie.
It was a good ending for them. But I don't know. I don't know if it's
I don't know about a dynasty.
I don't know if it's the new way of doing football in college, but what Indiana did essentially, they got a bunch of grown men. They just beat up on all the teenagers. They said that Indiana, I think it was both offense and defense. They had nobody under 21 on their starting lineup. Their average age was 23. The
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers is 25. They're essentially a little small NFL team. So they got a bunch of JUCO guys, a bunch of 6-year dudes in their 20s, probably got kids married. Like they out there balling. They playing against all these little 4 and 5, 18,
Might have some
19.
granddads out
Like,
there.
hey.
I'm just kidding.
But
Because Philip, like,
Yeah.
they were saying he's like the first grandpa.
But
or
they got a bunch
something.
of grown men out there on the football field. Their
Yeah.
whole starting lineup to drink. And then you got Alabama with Ron Williams. He just turned what 19.
It's just, I don't know. I mean, I think this is one thing that unites most people is that college football just took a weird turn that makes it not as enjoyable.
I told someone earlier this week, NFL playoffs have been more enjoyable than the college football playoffs. And I've watched.
Mhm.
I feel like the games in NFL have all been close. The product on the field has been way better than college.
You know what happens in like a week or two? Pitchers and catchers report for spring training.
You keep up with spring training. You watch spring
Yeah.
training?
No.
You go a little deep. You watch spring training.
No. Now there is like a cheaper direct flight down to Tampa.
This is where the Yankees practice at.
Well, that's where like the country's kind of divided in half, and everybody either practices down around Tampa, South Florida, or in Arizona. So they all do spring training down there, and I've always thought that would be cool to go to a spring training, only because then you can like get closer to the athletes, and like I've heard that they like will sign stuff more, things like that. So that would be cool.
It's like when NFL people go to training camp. They can be along the fence and watch practices.
Yeah.
Walk sites to field and sign footballs and jerseys and stuff.
The Braves are opening up this year at home for the first time in a long time. Like opening day is in Atlanta for the Braves, so we'll be going to that. We already bought our tickets for that. Because that's one thing on my bucket list I haven't done yet is opening day.
Buying tickets for baseball.
Well, it's opening day, and Atlanta hasn't had an opening day in a long time, so that would be like a big deal. Opening day is a big deal.
Is it?
It is. For baseball fans, it is.
So long. It's like I just can't get into baseball. That's soon. Can't invest.
Ice. You want somebody that's un-American?
I cannot invest.
Come get
I
him.
cannot
Just kidding.
invest in baseball. I'm so sorry.
Just kidding. You are not allowed in here.
I can't invest. No, no, too soon.
Well, then I don't need any more of your comments later on in the season where you're talking about the GOAT, the best player of all time.
Well,
If
you
you're
know
not
what?
I
I
don't.
have seen the Dodgers already spending money.
They're
They're
always spending money. If you're not in it for the long haul, then you don't get to say anything later in postseason. So I'm gonna have somebody else come fill in the slot when we start talking about baseball postseason
I
because
pay
you're not
attention,
it.
like I see it, like I
Nope.
see what's going on, but actually sitting down and
Mm-mm.
watching baseball. No. Speaking of long haul though, you're planning on doing a hike this summer, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
you
I
plan on
am
doing it. My wife is thinking about doing it.
thinking about it, but you're pressuring her.
I'm
I can already
pressuring her to do
tell.
it.
No, you're very you
I would
don't let
encourage
up.
you.
So
I don't care if you do it or not. That's my thing. You want to do it, I'll help you do it.
so I told her the same thing. I want her to do it. I just don't want her to feel pressured because it is a lot, not just the hike itself.
So okay, so
And
hold on. For people who don't know, what
okay,
break down the
so
hike. How long is it?
we okay.
What is
Well, I'll
it?
tell what it is in the first place. But we are doing well. There we forget we, but like Make a Wish Foundation.
Is
Everyone's
it
heard
Make
of
a Wish
that.
Alabama or
Yes, Make a Wish Alabama does something each year called Trailblaze, and most states have this same fundraising thing, but Make a Wish is it is a national organization, but the fundraising is done by each state, and then that money stays in your state for Make a Wish kids. So, this is one of their big fundraising events that they do each year, and the participants sign up to do a 1 day, 26.4 mile hike, which is the same as a marathon. Um,
no?
like that's the same amount of mileage as a
I'm
marathon, is
saying
what I mean.
I know. Well, I'm
Um,
eliminated right there.
and well, okay, but so it's really not this particular hike, which is done in the Talladega, like the Pinhoti Trail or
Okay.
something. It's not a hard trail like elevation wise and stuff. It's pretty tame. So it's not really about like if you're like the best hiker ever, because like I just haven't hiked a ton like of like mountains or anything like that. It's more about your endurance, which I do have the endurance to do that many miles. Um,
You think you have that right now?
yeah, right now.
Okay.
I mean, and it's broken up too. So you go like they've got like you go 8 miles or something, and then there's like a station where they stop,
Is
and
it
there's like
Talladega National Forest?
there's drinks, like there's like water, Gatorade. There's little Uncrustable sandwiches, that kind of stuff. First aid if people need it. Then you go like 5 more miles, and then there's another station, and then there's like lunch. So it's like it's broken up. It's not like a timed situation. We're not trying to like beat times or anything like that. But anyway, leading up to the actual hike, we each person raises funds, and that money goes to the Make a Wish Alabama. So, yeah, it's in April. That's when the hike
The hike
is.
is
So
April.
the hike is in April. Yep. So there's a few of us from around here doing it. There'll be three if Tiffany does it. But yeah, so we'll have like some different things coming up that we're planning talking about for like fundraising type stuff. So I'll keep y'all posted
Maybe since
on
technically
that.
it used to be you and my wife, it'll still be Holland Hobbs. Maybe we can come
Yeah.
up with a fundraiser, maybe a link or something that people who want to listen to the pod can donate.
Potentially, but also the link is like personalized to each person. So I don't really know if I want that personal link going out on the whole internet. Like,
What's all on it?
'cause
Everything's on it.
I don't know
Oh, you
yet.
know.
I haven't even looked at it yet. I just got it, so I haven't even really looked at it. But I feel like it would tell at least like my location and stuff like that. And so I don't know. I don't know.
I would imagine it'd be like a GoFundMe. Like you can put a GoFundMe.
Maybe
you
I
don't
haven't. Yeah, I
have
haven't.
a location to it.
Yeah, I haven't looked to see what all it is. I just know that I don't want everything all out there. I'm not trying to get like napped.
So there's a fundraising link, 26 miles in April, Talladega,
In
Make
April.
a Wish, Alabama.
Make a Wish, Alabama. And there was a kid that came and spoke to we had like a little informational meeting thing, and he was like 15, 14 or 15. He was a Wish recipient a few years ago, and he's also done the hike a couple times, and he has cystic fibrosis. So not where you think. I guess a lot of people think about Make a Wish being like cancer or things that are terminal, which there is no cure for cystic fibrosis. So technically, it is terminal. It's just that people are we've come far enough that they're able to have more of a life than they once did. Hopefully there will be a cure for that. But he said this kid takes around 1,000 pills a week to maintain his health, and he plays like soccer and stuff too. But anyway, to hear him like get to tell about getting his wish a few years ago, and then how it just changed his life so much that he just was like dying to find some way to give back and be a part of it. And now he does this hike every year with his dad, and it was just cool. So it's like a personal goal because I've this last year and a half I've put a lot of miles in, and so this was like a personal goal for me, but also something really cool to give back.
Make a wish, though. I mean, I think everybody's always like, no one don't like make a wish. It's a good.
I mean, I don't know. There's, I think so too. And you'd think no one likes it, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that would argue that.
Somebody getting something for free.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
If you felt like I was talking about you, then I was.
Well, maybe we'll have some more details later. Something we can do as a pod to help make a wish or to fundraise efforts, I guess.
Yeah, and then me and Tiffany can like do some sort of little out on the trail. We can document it somehow, and then we can like show it on the podcast.
I ain't going.
Wouldn't that be hysterical?
You ain't catching me doing no 20 whatever 6 miles.
I mean, I know because when I talked about walking to the farmer's market, you acted like I was like walking to the next state or something.
It sounded like it.
I could walk to the next state, actually. There is the Richard Martin Trail that goes up to Tennessee. So, that's definitely doable. It's on the to-do list.
Pass.
Okay. Well, I wasn't inviting you. So.
Well, till next time.
Till next time.